10 reasons why addiction needs additional treatment. Addiction is a complex disease that does not respond to love and support alone. While loved ones are an important part of the recovery process, addiction also requires professional treatment. Addiction hijacks the brain and causes compulsive drug seeking despite the serious consequences. Changes in brain function are responsible for these behaviors, which can continue long after the person has stopped using drugs. The changes in the brain caused by addiction can lead to the inability to recognize and respond to harmful consequences of substance abuse, loss of control over use of the substance, and cravings for the substance. When a person with addiction experiences these changes, they become unable to stop using drugs. Despite serious health problems, job loss, or relationship troubles, the individual may continue using. Chronic drug abuse puts the brain in a state of imbalance. While the individual is under the influence, they are not able to function normally. Without drugs, they experience cravings and exhaustion, making it difficult to focus on recovery-related activities such as therapy, support groups, or family events. Addictive substances change the way your brain works and cause people to lose control over their actions. Substances like alcohol or drugs are called psychoactive because they affect a person's mood, thoughts, and behavior by altering the brain's normal functioning. These chemicals can affect your mood, behavior, and perception of the world around you. For example, drugs like heroin or cocaine create a rush that makes people feel euphoric. This feeling is short-lived, so people use it again to re-experience this pleasant state. In time, repeated substance abuse creates changes in the brain that lead to addiction. In time, you stop using drugs because they make you feel good and start using them to avoid feeling bad. Your body becomes tolerant of the substance, which means that more is required to achieve the same effect as before. 10 reasons why addiction needs additional treatment. Reason number 1. Addiction is a disease. Addiction is not simply a bad habit that can be overcome with enough willpower. It is actually a disease that causes chemical changes in the brain, making it very difficult for people to resist using drugs or alcohol even when they want to. Reason number 2. Addiction requires professional treatment. Just like any other serious disease, addiction requires professional treatment in order to overcome it. This is why loved ones should not try to treat addiction on their own. It is a complex and difficult task that can only be handled by qualified professionals. Reason number 3. Addiction is a chronic disease like diabetes or heart disease. Addiction is a chronic disease, which means that it cannot be cured but can only be managed. This is why addiction requires lifelong treatment and support in order to stay healthy. Reason number 4. Addiction affects the whole family. Addiction does not just affect the person who is struggling with it. It also affects their loved ones as well. The stress of living with a loved one that struggles with substance use disorder can be very overwhelming and can take a toll on the entire family. Reason number 5. Addiction is deadly. Addiction is not only a debilitating disease, but it can also be deadly. Overdoses from drugs and alcohol are one of the leading causes of death in the United States, so it is important to get help for addiction as soon as possible. Reason number 6. Addiction is a progressive disease. Addiction is a progressive disease, which means that it will get worse over time if left untreated. This can lead to serious health problems, financial troubles, and legal problems for the person who struggles with substance use disorder. Reason number 7. Addiction can cause mental illness. Addiction can cause or worsen mental illnesses such as depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder. This is why it is important to seek treatment for both addiction and any underlying mental health conditions. Reason number 8. Addiction can cause physical illness. Addiction can also cause physical illnesses such as liver disease, heart disease, and cancer. This is why it is so important to get help for addiction as soon as possible. The earlier you get treatment, the less likely it is that you will develop a serious physical illness. Reason number 9. Addiction can cause social and financial problems. Addiction can cause many social and financial problems for the person who struggles with substance use disorder. This includes job loss, financial instability, and strained relationships with friends and family. Reason number 10. Addiction is a treatable disease. Despite what some people may believe, addiction is a treatable disease. With the right treatment and support, most people can overcome their addiction and lead healthy, happy lives. What are the types of drug addiction treatment? Inpatient, residential. Outpatient programs. Medication-assisted. Alcoholics Anonymous. What is the most effective treatment for drug addiction? The most effective type of treatment for drug addiction is a combination of medication, counseling, therapy, and support from other patients in recovery. This approach has been shown to be much more effective than any single type of treatment on its own. However, the best treatment for substance use disorder will vary depending on individual needs and situations. If you are struggling with substance use disorders, it is important to start seeking treatment programs as soon as possible. There are many different types of substance abuse treatment programs available, and there is sure to be one that will fit your needs. Contact a local treatment center to learn more about their services and how they can help you get started on the road to recovery. Treatment providers offer a variety of behavioral therapies and drug abuse treatments that can be tailored to meet the needs of each individual patient.